The monster trio, three prodigies within the One Piece story, who continue to grow at such an exponential level, and it's to question how strong they truly will be by the end of the story. In this video, I'm going to try and break down just how strong I think they will be, but this is obviously always going to be speculation. I am not claiming this is any type of definitive list or some type of proof. I have no clue how strong Oda's going to make them. That's obviously up to Oda. And without any further ado, let's just jump right into the potential of these three monsters, man. Alright, so we'll go in order from weakest to strongest just because it makes it easier. So starting off with Sanji. So as we know, a lot of us speculate that Sanji will be fighting somebody on the likes of Kizaru, which is why we believe Sanji may end up as the fastest man alive at the very end of the story. And I'm definitely for this. I can definitely see Sanji being one of the fastest characters, if not the fastest man alive by the end of One Piece, due to the fact that his speed has been his strongest trait throughout the New World. If we look at Doflamingo, when he came in to save the crew, he got there fast enough to be able to intercept Doflamingo from going to the ship. As well as another example is when Sanji appeared to save the people in Punk Hazard from Virgo, or when Sanji appeared to kick Queen. All these moments where Sanji just shows insane levels of speed, to the point where even currently in the story he is moving so fast that a second Yonko commander cannot even see him and he thought he had turned invisible. This level of speed is definitely not something we can sleep on, and I think by the end of the series we are looking at a freaking Godspeed level Sanji. I mean, I'm gonna just throw it out there. And then for observation haki, that's Sanji's strongest trait. We haven't been seeing too much of that right now in Wano, but I think by the end of the story we can definitely expect Sanji to be quite proficient with observation haki. Maybe not future sight. I'm not sure where Oda's gonna go with this observation haki. To make it easier to predict, we'll just go with the assumption that he will have future sight. So we're looking at maybe a Katakuri level of future sight, or maybe even beyond that, but definitely one of the highest levels of future sight. And then if we're going to talk about abilities he may have, as we know currently on Wano, Sanji unlocked his Ifrit Jambe technique. Now this is a very powerful technique. I don't know how long he's going to have this technique until he has a power up, but assuming Sanji will have another power up by the end of the story, which I think he will for sure, I'm gonna assume this happens by maybe unlocking more of his latent potential, or maybe something to do with Vegapunk, but that's a little bit too much speculation, so I'm gonna stick with the thought that Sanji is gonna unlock more of his latent DNA, more of his potentially lunarian DNA. And as we've seen with King, he is extremely durable when he has his flames on. So Sanji might work similarly to that, where when he uses Ifrit Jambe, he is damn near invincible, as well as the fact that Sanji may have some type of flame wings going for him, but that's a little bit too much into the speculative side. But I can definitely see Sanji having some type of ability like King, and this is just OP. I mean, insane speed, fastest man alive, insane durability to the point where every time he has his leg lit, he basically takes no damage. If Sanji truly does have that lunarian DNA and will unlock those abilities, and then potentially wings, which might even make him fly faster instead of skywalk. If he gets temporary flame wings, not wings that stay with his character, but when he's angry or when he heats up, he can grow flaming wings. That would be pretty sick aesthetically as well. So in the story Sanji, we're looking somewhere between the Admiral Yonko level, definitely of that tier, and definitely no lower than that. Now moving over to our favorite green-haired swordsman, Roronoa Zoro. As we know throughout the story, Zoro's dream is to be the greatest swordsman of all time. Even greater than any swordsman who has ever lived. It is not just about surpassing Mihawk, unless Mihawk is the strongest swordsman who has ever lived. So this means Zoro's goal strictly relies on strength. So as we know, Zoro's gonna have to be insanely powerful. In the latest few chapters, Zoro admitted he's gonna become the King of Hell, which means he is willing to give in to the Blade's will in order to become the best. So we are obviously gonna assume by the end of Wano, Zoro's gonna have 3 black blades, a feat that has never been achieved in history. And this will definitely help solidify the title of the greatest swordsman of all time, because who has 3 black blades? No one! That's something only Zoro can do, because the 3 sword style Santoryu is unique to him. So we're looking at a Zoro with 3 sword style, mastered advanced conqueror's haki. If y'all seen Roger and Whitebeard's clash in the anime, we're looking at Zoro doing that shit with Mihawk, with anyone he fights who has advanced conqueror's haki. He's easily splitting the skies with his conqueror's haki. We're looking at a Zoro who has the highest level armament haki in the entire series. This man will be able to cut anything. He'll honestly just be unstoppable. We're looking at a man who has elite observation haki to the point where he was able to defeat Hawkeye Mihawk, who had the epithet of clairvoyant, and arguably one of the highest level observation haki users currently alive in the story, as well as the fact that we can compare Zoro to other swordsmen. If we're talking about Roger, if we're talking about Rayleigh, Zoro has to be stronger than even them. Now this might get people angry, they'll be like, what are you talking about, Zoro stronger than Roger? I believe Zoro needs to be even stronger than Roger. If he's saying he's gonna be the greatest swordsman to ever live, we are looking at a swordsman more powerful than Roger, Mihawk, Rayleigh, any swordsman in the entire series. So Zoro's probably going to be top 2. I'm guessing top 2 in the entire verse. We're looking at end of story Zoro being stronger than Yonko, being stronger than the past Pirate King. That's the direction I'm going to assume and speculate that Zoro is going, because that just feels like it makes the most sense to me. I mean, 3 Black Blades is OP, but let's move over to Luffy. Now we got Monkey D. Luffy, the man who will become the future Pirate King, and of course will become the strongest character to have ever touched the One Piece world. We're looking at someone who's probably even stronger than Joy Boy. Like, we don't even know how strong Joy Boy is, and I'ma just throw it up there. Luffy gonna be stronger than Joy Boy, stronger than Emu. He's gonna be damn near a god. I mean, we're looking at a Luffy with awakening. We're looking at a Luffy with advanced Conqueror's Haki. We're looking at a Luffy with advanced observation. And let me also add that Luffy has a devil fruit that was apparently worth 5 billion berries. So that means this is a devil fruit that's dangerous to the government. We don't even know what that awakening is looking like, because that's probably something that is going to break the world, man. That's going to break the world. I think Oda's going to have to put some type of nerf whenever Luffy awakens the Gum Gum fruit, because the way they've been hyping up his fruit with the Shanks was trying to get the fruit from the government, because the government was trying to get it to Mary Dwa and Shanks stole it on the ship or whatever. All these things just showcase the value of this fruit. They really want this fruit. So I'm assuming Luffy's awakening isn't going to be our typical awakening for, say, like a Katakuri or a Doflamingo. There's something special about Luffy's fruit. So just awakening advanced Conqueror's Haki, Gear 5. When we see Gear 5, he's probably going to implement his awakening with a bunch of other techniques. We're looking at a god. Like, we're looking at a god. We're going to be looking at the highest level of power scaling ever seen in One Piece. And honestly, I just don't see who's going to be able to fight this man. I don't see who's going to be able to stop him. He will just honestly be the undisputable king unless he dies. Or unless he gets sick and he can't fight like Roger, because Roger was quite powerful, but he did have a sickness. And a lot of us do predict Luffy at the end of the story may get sick, which is where Chopper will come in and save him. So yeah, that's pretty much it on the monster trio. I mean, Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy, oh my god, man. These guys are about to be so freaking powerful. That was just a general speculation. I mean, obviously I cannot predict the exact things that will take place in the story, but it's just insane. And the reason I did not do the entire crew is because I feel like these 3 specifically are the ones who are going to reach obviously the highest heights, and it's kind of hard to speculate how strong Anami is going to be or Usopp's going to be, because it's just always up in the air, honestly. But yeah, that's how strong I believe our favorite trio in One Piece is going to be by the end of the entire story. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like, comment your thoughts down below. Are there some abilities you can see them having that I didn't mention in this video? Comment your thoughts down below. As always, people, have an awesome day. Just a hero. Out.